Hi everyone, this is Evok and I'm with Quebec goaltender Star.
I'm RAmenAmen, also just in time. I don't know that I'd go so far as to say I'm a star yet, though.
I mean, you still got the all-time season win, you were saying? Or at
I
least you
do
got
have
the...
all-time season wins. It took me 9 more games than everybody else, but I'll take it.
I mean, a record is a record, so you never spit on that. Um, so today we wanted to do what everyone is doing these days, meaning we're gonna do card opening video because let's be honest, it's worth it. Doing the math, even if we're two-person doing the video for an hour, we're getting the buck back. I don't know the English expression actually. The buck from...
Bang for your buck, I think
Yes,
is what you're going
exactly.
for. And let's face it, we are all gonna buy these cards anyway, even if we're someone like me who doesn't know who any of these people are. So if I'm gonna buy them, I may as well make some money for it.
Exactly. So I'm here to also help Ramen a bit to understand who is he pulling, who's actually really good player, who actually is like less known. Um, we're gonna start to present you the Ramen's collection. And then we're gonna do his pack opening, and after that we're gonna switch to my collection and do my pack opening, and maybe have some bit of fun with it to see who we can pull.
Well, I'm
Uh,
sure your collection is far more impressive than mine.
I think I
I
have
think
more card than you.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that in today's opening I'm gonna well more than double my collection.
Oh,
But
that
I've got
could
I've
be.
got at least a few, got at least 4 rubies here. No diamonds, no Hall of Fame, nothing that fancy. Um, but a good mix of teams so far. Couple of people I even recognize.
Yeah, we can see the name of some players that are currently active, but I do see name of player that are way older.
Well, we'll start with my top couple rows. Are any of these people actually good?
I mean, if they're at the top, they were actually decent players. I will be honest. um, I think I can only name two players, but well, users of those 6 players. Well, I'm pretty sure I can find out who Westbrook is um, if I go on the forum, because if I remember, either he's still playing or he just retired not too long ago. Uh, but the others, to be honest, even myself have a bit trouble to know who they are.
Well, hopefully we'll get some even better names today.
Who's your
But I know I've got
best?
at least
Yeah, go ahead.
I know I've got at least a couple of QCC alumni, which is fun.
Yes, we see Stenq next, right there from Toronto.
Yup.
GST Maro on Winnipeg. And I can actually recognize every one of the QCC alumni. Well,
Well,
you
you
have Shane
better. You've
Duffy
been the
Jr.
GM the whole
too.
time.
Yeah, that's it. Like it does help. So right now you have 3 that I saw. Tres
I got
Sombrero,
Trace.
and do you have any other?
Um, I don't know, but I have to say this is probably my favorite render so far.
Oh, really? The monster? What's actually funny is I think it's a pretty special edition monster can, because I don't remember having seen it ever.
Uh, well, yeah, the resolution here isn't exactly perfect, but I don't think I've seen that in a store anywhere.
Yeah, that must be a special one. I wonder if the player requested this exact like monster can.
Well, if
uh,
anyone on the cards team is watching, I would love to see links to player pages or anything else from the card.
oh, that
Let me go
could be
straight from
good
here.
actually. Yeah, maybe
I
at the
do love this 3D
bottom.
effect. Like, the 3D effect here, it
Yeah.
does absolutely nothing, but I am endlessly amused.
Well, I don't know if it actually looks better on like for example a Hall of Fame card, or if they have planned to do something like shinies, because
I
right now
guess we're just gonna have to pull one.
I'm hoping we can pull one today with the 42 pack. If we're not pulling one, I will be a bit disappointed. Um. All right, so we can get going if you want.
Alright.
I think I'm gonna actually start to keep account of what we're pulling, just for the fun of like knowing how many cards we're pulling. Let me take a Google sheet so I can actually also follow about that. So we have the Hall of Fame, we have the Diamond, we have Gold, Silver, and Bronze, I think? Oh, we have Ruby.
Don't forget Ruby, yep.
Yeah.
Which is below Diamond.
Yes. Alright, and we have 42 pack of 6 cards, so on 252 card. How many of everything we're gonna pull? That's gonna be the fun part.
And shout out to Kevin, who built an awesome little stat calculator that can tell us whether it was any good or not.
Yeah, we can actually use that after. I'm gonna
we will
try
definitely
to
have to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go see if I can find that easily. I don't know where it's gone.
Well, we can do that at the end.
Yeah.
But if you are ready, I'll go ahead and open pack number 1.
Yes, we can go ahead.
Been stockpiling these since you went on vacation.
Yeah, I have like myself, I have like 42 pack, and I'm like, I'm just gonna open half today. Like, I'm gonna be reasonable.
Alright, card number 1. Let's start off strong.
Oh!
Hey, that's my favorite monster can.
Yeah, that's actually amazing, because you were saying
is
that.
It a good card? No. But is it a fun card? Yes. And respect to any and all goalies out there, we have a thankless job.
Yeah. So,
Alright. Well, we've already talked about this one a little bit. But jumping into the second card.
Oh, I have
Tapper
no clue who this is.
Season 30, so going back quite a ways.
It's a whole, yeah, season 30. I'm actually, like, you might have played, like, right after San Francisco created their brand, because San Francisco used to be Portland Admirals, and those cards are created on where they played at, like, the longest. So.
Okay, so it's post rebrand and relocation, but maybe not by much.
Yeah, exactly, because he actually played. I just pulled the stats from the Bojo box, and Tapper Cutbulle played actually 1 season on Minnesota and 4 on San Francisco. And yeah, San Francisco rebranded right after I joined, which was season 35. So we started to play for them in season 37. It was not an impact player, I'll be honest, seeing his stats.
Well, not everybody has to be an impact player.
Yeah, I think it was an IA that filled the rooster spot, to be honest, which would explain his rating.
Well, hopefully we can make a jump up in ratings with the next one.
Oh, and we did!
We got a gold with Shion Okamoto for the Chicago Syndicate.
Yeah, and season 59, which means he's still playing for them more than likely. Let's go see if we can find the user. It's actually LMAO, which is created in season 58, which is, yeah, meaning that season 59
draft class.
And that's a Japan players that is still playing for them. 1,400 TP right now.
Nice, so still definitely an impact player in the league.
Oh yeah, and probably for a few seasons.
And gonna be growing.
Yeah.
Alright, next up.
Okay.
78.
Still a good impact player.
Knudsen for the Steelhawks.
Season 46, so a bit older, probably not playing anymore.
I think anyone S46 has got to be almost out from regression, right?
Yeah, I think at this point they're really old. I don't think there's a few of them. I'm actually gonna get the...
I think we've got 1 or 2 left from maybe some goalies.
I'm
far back.
actually
I don't
curious to
think.
go see. I'm opening the Canadice tool as well. But this player actually, it's interesting that they are in the Steel Hawk category, um, which I'm expecting it's because the player might have requested. Because this player actually played the longest for San Francisco with 3 seasons and only one on Hamilton at the end of his career.
Interesting.
Yeah, and his best season was actually in San Francisco. Let me.
Always interesting to see where players want to associate themselves with after retirement. Was it
Yeah,
the
exactly.
draft team? Was it where they retired? Was it where they won a cup?
Yeah, we actually still have a few 46 player, but a lot of them just recreated. For example, Slotfast Killer recreated, Segi recreated, um, but we still have about, well, it's written 16 player on the Canadice tool that is still active from 46.
That is impressive.
Really, I'm actually like none of them are over 1,300 TP, which would explain since they're really old at this point.
All right, we'll see what we get with the next pull here.
Okay.
Even older, season 43, Craig Finley for the Rage.
There's actually, I think both of the players from season 43 actually recreated this season, which is Luke and Tony Pepperoni. Scene
Yep.
that just recreated. That shared their season with Finlay. Um, Finlay actually spent his whole career on Manhattan, which is actually pretty good.
That's also impressive. It's really fun to see somebody who's able to stick with one team their whole career, especially if they have a long one.
He had 8 seasons, which is still pretty good for the SHL, to be honest. Uh, it's still not as impressive as those that spend thousands of years on SHL. But it's still pretty good. Like I remember Joe Kurt. I'm always not saying Joe K. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce the last name. He literally like played probably 20 season or something on this player. It's like it's been like 5 years. Aren't you tired?
Well, it's fun to get attached to a player too, especially if you're in the middle of a good run or with a good core group.
Oh yeah, it's for sure something that you stay attached to your player even when they retire. So like it's not for nothing that we had all those talks about Twilight players.
All right, and then to round out the first pack, we have Danny
Danny
C.
C.
Season
Interesting.
58 for the Toronto North Stars.
I don't remember at all Danny C in this league. The only player with a letter in his name that I remember is, well, A. Jobin, of course.
And now there's a B and a C,
And isn't
both
there a
in this
D
year's
as
draft
well?
class. Is there a D? I don't know.
I really don't know. And Danny C is actually season 58 would make sense. He's too old for the Bojo box. But 58, let me go see. Danny C. It's well, the user is Danny C, so 687 TPE, which is a good depth player for Toronto.
All right.
So that's pretty good for the first pack. No diamond or ruby, and let's not talk about Hall of Fame. Uh, but
We'll get there. We'll get there.
it's still not the worst pack.
All right. Pack number 2. Probably going through a little bit quicker now. First pull, an 82 gold Herb Robert for the New England Wolfpack.
I don't remember that player at all. I played for the Wolfpack about those season but I have no clue who that user is. I'm so sorry if I know you.
All right, well, we have it on record now that Evok is a terrible teammate who doesn't remember her teammates.
I am. Actually, all the information I had before have been replaced by Quebec information. That's it.
You've only got room for one team.
It's actually
Luckily,
that.
we all know who it is.
Next player.
Next.
Oh, that's also pretty much a pug player, I'll be honest. Especially bronze is often low earner TP. I don't actually think that anyone in bronze is actually active. Or if they are in deep regression.
And we've got a couple that went straight back to the J.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, next we have Joseph Larocque for Toronto. A silver, so maybe made a little bit of an impact.
Season 47. Joseph Larocque looks like no, he was not a fighter. He actually had 350 games in total. That's counting junior season though, so a bit less. He played on U in Toronto. Best season is 22 points. So a depth player, like we said, like a good, probably in the SHL third line player.
All right, and next up is Kasperi Brawlin for the Monarchs.
Is that card bronze or gold?
That is bronze.
At
bronze at a 74.
Oh, it's a goalie. Okay,
it's a goalie.
That was like, I'm so confused because like at 74 should be higher. But a
goalies
goalie
get no love.
Yeah, we get no love. That's been like this for my whole 3 year on Doyle at this point.
See, this one, it really begs the question to me, what each of these attributes actually comes from. Because we've got, I'm assuming high saves, so that's what, glove and blocker.
Yeah, I would assume.
Low saves, which in FHM is just one attribute.
Yeah.
Quickness, so that's maybe a bunch of different skating attributes.
Yeah, control after. And I would guess the last one is conditioning?
Condition, but so that's what, stamina and mental toughness?
Yeah, probably. But I need, I'm honest that if low is only one stat, it's kind of a bit like we could put more than one
I'd
stat.
love to know what those formulas are, because there's so much that goes into goalie builds that, you know.
Because low could also be poke check as well, which since you poke
that's
the
right,
puck
the most
out,
important stat.
Yeah, but since you poke the shot out of the skater sticks, that's basically on the highest level. But yeah, I don't think we can have a full clear definition because it's also a mix of current attribute and old attribute that SHL STHS had. Like all of those stats, we didn't have them in STHS, so I guess that's the point of having those categories that could be attributed to both.
Now, card team, you owe us answers.
All right. QCC alumni. Even for one season, he still counts. Those are the cards I like to see. I'll be honest.
All right. Well, then, if this is a QCC alumni, tell me about him.
That's Infidel. Infidel.
Oh, that is okay.
That's Infidel. Yeah, that standing desk is Infidel. He joined right before actually taking the jig for being Montreal GM. He was in his last season in the SMGHL, and he joined us, I think, right after we won our cup. I think we were pushing. Were we pushing for another? Let me go check the season that we won the cup.
You had a couple of good runs, before and after the cup run, I think.
Yeah, but he joined either during that or right after. But he's the kind of player that is just a gem to have in the locker room. So when he was put on the block, for me it was a no-brainer to try to get him and try to actually keep somewhat competing team.
Well, and you can tell that it's worthwhile, especially as a trade in the J, when the player as an alumni is still active in the locker room all these seasons later.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
that's again, I knew nothing about the player. You mentioned the username, and it's instant recognition, even for someone who's only been here for what, not quite 2 seasons.
Yeah, exactly. So he actually joined in season 61, where we finished fourth in the league, and we were still in the like somewhat cup run. Like we had a good chance, and where did we finish in the playoff? We actually went to the semi-final to actually end up losing to, of course, Newfoundland.
Ah, yes, Newfoundland.
Yeah, but it was actually the season that Cooper set like records basically for point and goal, and in my opinion, standing desk infidel was a good part of that run.
Yep, no MVP forward is there without great line mates.
Exactly. And yeah, the
All
fact
right.
that he's still in the locker room, mwah.
Yep, so super underrated card. This should be at least an 80 just off of the intangibles alone.
I agree.
And our last card, ooh, we've got a Ruby, our best card of the night so far, with Slap McShoddy for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, I no clue who that is. He actually was with me on New England again, but I cannot. Or maybe it was about the season I got traded, but still no clue who that is.
Yeah, S47. That's a bit of a blur before anything I'm familiar with, and
Yeah, let me see actually when I got traded. That's gonna help me make sure that. Okay, I got traded in 44, so it was not of my time. I have no clue who it is.
excellent player name though. 10 out
Yeah,
of 10.
yeah, I really like the name.
All right, pack number 3. Let's see what we've got here.
Okay.
Philip Weaver for the Dragons.
Yeah, that's a goalie that that was around for a good time for them. Actually, I say that in season 60, so he's been around like recently.
He should still be here.
I'm actually not sure if it's still the starter. I think, unfortunately, it's a player that might have been gone inactive. Because if I look, yeah, unfortunately, Weaver doesn't seem still on the. Oh yeah, he's still on the roster. About close to 1,000 TPE. Oh, he's actually the goalie that one of Nevada's first goalie. That's why I like the name actually pop in my mind, because he was someone I still consider when the first draft of Quebec. He was a really great guy. Unfortunately, he indeed went basically inactive now.
Well, sometimes that happens.
Yeah, it
But it just
happened.
makes room for more actives, which is something we want to see anyway.
We can go to
All
the
right.
next one. Oh, another
Next
Ruby.
one, another Ruby. See, we're starting to get our luck.
Yep.
With the Dude.
So
That is certainly a name.
that's actually basically his username as well. That's how he was. Like, I don't remember exactly because he probably has number and everything in his name, but it was basically dude.
Nice.
So
But anytime we've got a Ruby, it's definitely a player who had a good career.
Yes, he was one of the top earner of his class. So really, really good guy as well.
All right, next one, Matthew Forrester for Tampa.
I have no
Season 54. All right. Shane Duffy Jr. for the North Stars.
That's actually another player for an alumni of Quebec.
Another QCC.
Yes, that's LB. That we still see pop once in a while in the locker room, but I would admit that he's less present than he used. He was part of our 4-star cup run. So
Nice.
I'm on his profile right now, and I see the cute little picture of the cup. And was he the one that? No, he was not the one that carried the team. He actually was a rookie probably at that time because he only have 1 point in playoff.
Well, that could have been the point you needed.
Exactly. I don't remember who scored the last goal, but it
Even a
was
fourth liner can still bring home the cup. Just got to
indeed
get hot at the right time.
exactly.
All right, next one, a defenseman. We have Renji Ataki for Montreal. It's like season 54.
Yeah, that still doesn't ring a bell for me.
All right, we'll move on to the last one of the pack. Valtteri Alto from Minnesota, a season 56 player, a goalie, but doesn't look like one that made much of an SHL impact.
No, it was probably a backup goaltender. At that point, seeing those stats, probably a backup.
Okay. Another pack opened, and we've got Craig Finley again.
Oh, we already had it today.
Already, that's our first duplicate of the day.
I'm gonna count them.
All
if
right.
we recognize them, because we might not recognize all of them, but if we do.
Hey, a duplicate for a silver is not as bad as a bronze.
No, that's true. And when we can trade those cards, it could be useful.
Someday.
Maybe. I'm hoping.
All right.
So
Padraig Sarantes.
I have no clue who that one is.
Nope. Bronze, 60 overall.
Probably Pug Defender again.
All right. Oof, going down fast in overall.
Dang!
42.
Axel
Katarov.
I wonder if it's the lowest one. That's for sure the lowest one we got tonight.
I've got a 27, I think, in my collection.
27?
Yeah, it's bad.
We need to go see that after. I want to know who it is.
Give you the grand tour again.
Yeah.
Next card, 75, Nolan McMahon for LA.
Goalie. So that explains why it's still a bronze only.
Yep.
Which seems so unfair that you have the 42 next to the 75.
But you know, if you look at the bright side, we're more likely to pull bronze cards than we are anything else. So if they punish the goalies by giving us low rarities, they're actually going to make sure that we show up more often in people's collections.
That's actually true. That's a point.
There's always a silver lining, or in this case, a bronze lining.
Yeah. Alright, let's go see bronze lining. Sorry, I just got it. Oh,
hey, there we
diamond.
go. My first diamond card.
That's actually not too
Reese
bad.
Pritchard for Toronto.
Yeah, that
91.
That was a good player. I would not be surprised if he's still playing in Toronto right now. Or might have
season 52 is still plenty of room to be effective, especially if they were a top earner.
Yeah, let me go see. They might not be in Toronto anymore, unfortunately. Let me go see if I can find them in the index. But maybe they already retired.
And inevitably, this is going to be hilarious for somebody. Anybody listening to me probably thinks I'm totally new to this, which they'd be right.
It's hard to know who's where every time. But this
I'm just waiting to spout off something like, oh, this person was probably pretty good, as they're like a surefire Hall of Famer that everybody else in the site knows. That'll be good.
But this player is actually still active on Toronto, Notorious Tron, and is at 1,800 TPE, which is still really good.
Yeah, that's spectacular. That's still super effective.
Yeah, I think 52 are in the beginning of their... No, actually I'm 51, so we have a few seasons under our belt of regression.
but could still be around for a little while longer. And
Oh yeah,
Toronto's
for
only
sure.
getting better. They've got a
Oh
great
yeah,
prospect pool.
Pritchard is on Seattle now.
Oh, okay.
So the
Well,
card
then
was.
never mind. Forget everything I said about Toronto.
Well, Seattle can still be good for a long time.
Very true. They're also getting better, much to our dismay here in Edmonton.
Oh, are you facing them right now? No, they. I think they out you, right?
No, they were one ahead of us in the division. We lost to
Oh,
LA.
okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Seattle lost to San Francisco, who is currently beating LA.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we'll see what happened. And Judy Panda, the last one. Which is not
Season
a card.
55.
Yeah, it was a really, as you can see by the high checking, a really physical player.
Well, FHM seems to like that, as long as you're careful about aggression.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's really different than what Simon T was for that. Simon T.
Most of my experience comes from Eastside Hockey Manager, which is the meta is entirely about speed and offense.
Oh, really?
So,
Interesting.
FHM being such a physical meta is really interesting to me.
Yeah, it's like old school hockey.
I'm probably not as jaded about it as other people are.
Let's go see your collection first, quickly. I want to
All
see
right,
who's the last.
you want to see my terrible card, don't
yeah.
you? So
I'm fairly sure
we've got a diamond now.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, all the way down here at the bottom, somehow
sure
not below the
that.
logos.
Oh yeah.
27.
Frinian. That's so
Gareth
stupid.
Frinian.
Why did they make that card?
Well, they said they're gonna make a card for everybody who played in the SHL, I think.
Yeah, but
So he obviously got called up to fill a role, but
that's a bit like did he act I want to actually know. It's season 50, so he's probably in the new index. I want to go see with the stats of that player. If he's still playing, that's the thing that I don't know in which season he played. Okay, I'm not gonna find that. It's gonna be impossible today. I might just go see myself after.
well, the world may never know unless Evok puts it in the comments.
I might. If I
Alright,
remember.
well, we are certainly slogging through these packs.
We're actually going way slower than I thought we would be.
Which just means more money for us eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that's
we will
I like.
We'll keep going. We'll get through as many as we can.
Yep.
First up in the next pack.
Oh, logo! Interesting.
Old school logo.
So, and it's the old
Hamilton
logo, season 4, which means it's old as.
That is
fuck!
very old.
Yeah, I was probably in high school at that time. I don't remember when the SHL was founded, but it's old.
Yeah, looking back at really the history of the league, it's interesting to see some of the teams that have come and gone. Like, of course, the Winnipeg Jets, who, when they were the Winnipeg Jets in the SHL, weren't the Winnipeg Jets in the NHL.
Yeah, that was basically the funniest thing when you joined the league, and you were like, oh, a team named after the Jet, and everyone was like, no, it's the Jet that named them after me, after us.
and then the Jets came back.
Yeah, that's it. We had the name before, but you cannot go to a NHL team and be like, I had the name before.
Well, the Winnipeg Jets predated the SHL. Then
yeah,
they
the
folded.
original one. Yeah.
Or then they moved. But I gotta say, this Steelhawks logo looks so much better than the current one. I love this one. This is a fantastic logo, and it's a shame that they ever retired it.
Yeah, I would probably do 2 modifications on that logo. Remove the text at the top, which I'm not fan because it looks so disconnected of the logo. And probably low-key opinion, underrated opinion. I would make it face the right. So flip it horizontal. Because I hate logo that looks behind.
All right.
it's actually something in logo like psychology that looking to the right is the same as looking forward, and that's why so many logo are actually facing the right instead of the left.
That is really interesting, and I had never heard that before.
Oh yeah, that's it. We there's still some logo that looks to the left. But if you look like for example in the SHL right now, the logo that faces to the left, there's New England, and there's Los Angeles, and the Kraken, and those are the only three teams that are facing the left. Everyone else is either no face, center, basically looking right at you, or the right. So that's the only modification I would do. Logo nerd.
Well, when I signed up for this with you, I had no idea it was going to be an educational show.
Yeah, me either.
All right. Well, maybe we'll get something a little bit better than a logo next. And we get a bronze.
Yeah, it's okay.
C4 goalie for the Rage. But we do get to see the Rage's old logo.
Old school logo, yeah.
So, I really like that one. It's a nice logo. It's clean.
Yeah, I don't really mind the logo they have right now, but the polar bear was really nice in my opinion.
Yeah, the bull logo is good too.
I can see both fitting pretty well. So.
Alright, next one, Clayton Fuller for Buffalo. Back in season 26.
I probably heard that name so many times, but I have no clue who it is.
Now, I only made bronze, but that doesn't mean I didn't do something.
Yeah, back in the day, maybe they were in full regression or something, and their stat was shit.
Next one, we have Lassi Suhonen. I'm sure I'm butchering that name.
Yeah, by the way, to those listening, really sorry about butchering any name that come on this show. We're not
You're
linguists.
from Quebec, you get a pass.
Yeah, but even then, there's some, like, name that you're just like, I'm so sorry.
Oh, some SHLers definitely make it hard for us.
Oh,
that is definitely true.
I actually make it hard for people as well. I'll be honest. Like, I will just for a second, like, move further away from SHL and mention that in the PBE, I actually enjoy making my name hard for the caster to say because they actually live comment the games.
See, and stuff like this, which is why we have to pay Simmers so much.
Basically, because they really didn't like when my player was called Elliot Lefebvre, because that's not how at all it looks.
Alright, next we've got Forrester again. A duplicate again.
So far...
Eventually you're going to have to start keeping track of these duplicates for me because they're all going to gloss over by the end.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just counting those we know that we have duplicate, but I did not keep track of everything you pulled, so it's going to be impossible to know for sure.
I will try and call them out as I see them.
Yeah, same.
And then last and hopefully not least, hey, we got a gold. Austin Ronick.
So that's actually not bad card. So you don't have 43 gold, I'm sorry. Dragon as well. Probably played a while because I don't remember that's a name I've seen often.
Alright, what's our total? How many golds have we gotten at this point?
We have 3 gold, 2 ruby, and 1 diamond. Everything else is silver or bronze.
Alright. Well, that's not terrible. We've still got plenty of packs left to go. So next up, first one, Wendell Luna for the Rage.
I never
Season
heard that
27.
Name.
So that's pretty far back. Pretty sure they were still playing without helmets at that time. Wood sticks only.
Probably. Like goalie had no helmet, no full helmet, maybe just a mask.
Yep, stand-up pads. You just dive at them, stack the pads.
Yeah, I never heard of that player, so probably didn't make an impact or recreate.
All right. Then
Miles
Miles O'Brien.
O'Brien.
Okay, this is a fantastic name and fantastic render. I am a huge Trekkie, and so this is now my favorite card.
Oh, we have a new favorite card.
You don't have to be good. You already did the job with your player character.
Yeah, I love those that go the extra way to have like this is actually named after something, and I used a render that actually existed somewhere.
Yeah, coming into the SHL with absolutely no idea what I was doing, just stumbling on it off of a Reddit post, I didn't know like what the player names were like, and so I tried to come up with something that seemed like vaguely entertaining, like a pun with just in
Yeah.
time, but still like seems like a real person in case that was weird. But yeah, and then I saw everything that we have here, the current whatever our Vezina equivalent is, winning goalie is going to be a dog,
Yeah.
but he's awesome. And that's great.
Yeah, but
And that's far from even the weirdest render or
no.
player name that we have here, so it's awesome.
The best one was Manyhand, in my opinion. I think, unfortunately, went inactive. I don't know if you heard about him.
I don't know that one.
But Manyhand played on San Francisco for a while. Maybe Kevin can give us more info. But the player was actively role playing an alien, and
Oh,
it
that's
was
beautiful.
really funny because even his media was related to that. And every time I was reading them, I was like, this guy is going the extra way to make that. It was great.
I love it. I love that so much. And for all of you out there playing wonderful, weird characters, we appreciate you.
Yeah, exactly. I love them. Change of
All
the
right,
old
next
boring
up,
Sidney Crosby.
yep. So now we've got Adriana Starasota.
Never heard of them, but maybe Zach can give us more info because that's season 31, 31st, 31, I don't know, that he played with. But classic Hilary Knight render for a female
Probably the
player.
most common female player render.
Yeah. It's like I was joking with one of my friend that I asked like what's the because I was making card and I was like what's your render, and it's like it's night, right? I don't even why am I bother asking? It's probably that.
But still an excellent choice. And
Yes.
hopefully with more attention coming to women's hockey and some of the newer leagues being created, we might see a lot more popularity, which I think would be really good for the game.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward for it. I'm actually loving that we had a boom of female player even in SHL. Like I was like, yes, more women.
Yeah, it was a real pleasant surprise coming into the league to not see the type of community that I'm used to seeing in various sports-based sites.
Yeah.
So there's a pretty diverse group of people out here, and I think that just makes it a lot more fun to be a part of.
Yeah, actually, when I created my first player, I created a guy because I thought, okay, it's a hockey forum, probably everyone was gonna be guy, and I noticed there was some girl character, and I was like, I want to redo now. I want my character to be a girl too, but I was already so involved. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna accept and create a girl the next time.
Oh, and your current one isn't doing too bad.
It's alright. I mean, she might have won some good award, but these days she's having a rough time. Like, goalie is so strange because all the youngling are doing so much better than the old players. And it's like, but I have the same stat or better.
Yeah, it is tough. The FHM engine is brutal on goalies, and
Yes.
I, I TPE does matter. The test sims show it. It just doesn't matter as much as the team around you and the tactics do, and that's so hard to account for.
Yeah, exactly. It's like having a strong defense is actually one of the key of the engine. Um, and we saw that, I don't know if you noticed probably, last season with Quebec. We started the season with a god awful defense, with a lot of
Yeah, we did.
inactive, and we beefed up our defense, and we actually went farther than
We
anyone
were
expected in the playoff. Actually, we
we were
clinched
much
playoff.
better at the end of the season. We beat Colorado and took Maine to 7 games, and in no small part due to the defense.
Yes, that's
I
exactly what I'm thinking. It's like, had we not beef up our defense, I don't think we would have done it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what some of them do as we, reach next season,
Ne-
moving up to the 425 cap.
yeah, next season is
Um,
gonna be amazing. We already have
Val's gonna
some.
be straight to 425. We've got a couple more that should be able to jump over that 350 hump.
Yeah, we already have
It's really
some
gonna be
dead.
exciting.
Yeah, we already have some deadly defensemen at 350. So I will really look
And we've
forward
got
next season.
some amazing defensive-minded centers in
Yes,
Havoc and Thompson.
yes, that I'm looking forward. We should get back on card opening. Not that I don't
Next
like to
one.
talk about
Yeah, now
Quebec,
that we're
but if we start,
now
I'm
that we're
not gonna
killing
stop.
time, we've got Mika Keprasoft from Montreal.
Another goalie. Looking at the stat, most likely not earning right now, or card created really
Is
early.
inactive because
Oh, is it
Keprasoft is
the?
currently down in the J. Is currently now the backup goalie for Kelowna.
Oh,
But
interesting.
if he'd been active, he would have been a Robinson finalist for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Having a spectacular season.
yeah. That's a pretty good
But
player.
then Kelowna picked up an active goaltender as a DFA and is starting him all through the playoffs.
Which
And
is really good.
successfully so far.
Yeah,
So good on them.
really loving.
Once again proving goalie TPE is entirely made up.
Don't say that.
Um,
Oh, another recreate.
Yep, another duplicate.
Not recreate. So this
And
one I
then
remember.
last one, Duke Duckworth. That's a great name. Not so great on the player's side. 47 overall.
I'm actually wondering if it's the other 47 that we got last time.
I don't think it is. I don't know.
We can go see your
Okay.
collection quickly.
Yeah, you've got my attention there. 47. No,
No,
we
no.
we
It
had a
was
42.
42.
Katarov
There you
was
go.
the other
Okay.
one we got.
Because
Okay.
I was like, it's close and it's TBB, so I'm not sure if it's someone we had or not.
All right, next pack. Here we
All
go.
right.
We've got
Oh!
a Ruby,
Garbanzo.
Alonso Garbanzo,
That's actually
another
also,
fantastic player name.
yeah, that's actually a Hall of Famer. So this could be a card you could see another time.
Interesting.
So because all players have two versions of the card, so
They have their Hall of Fame version and their non-Hall of Fame
yeah.
version.
But actually
Okay.
now I'm actually wondering, is it a Hall of Famer? I'm hoping I'm not saying something I'm not actually knowing. Or it was really close, because now I'm actually... He might not be. Okay, yes he is.
What?
I was like, are you telling me he's not? I don't
At season
see it.
21, I think this is also our oldest player that we've drawn so far. We grabbed the season 4 Hamilton logo, but I think 21 is the oldest player we've drawn so
it's
far.
one of the oldest player, and he played until pretty late because he got intronized in the Hall of Fame in 46.
Oh, you don't get into the Hall of Fame without playing a pretty long career either.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I have his stat from Hall of Fame. He played 1,208 game, had 973 points, and 9-time All-Star in his career, 5 times Scott Stevens Trophy, which I think is best defenseman or something like that. He got 1-time Run Mexico, so he had a pretty good career.
That's
one
putting it
Challenge
lightly.
Cup. Yeah. So yeah, and he's a defenseman, so really a really good career for a defenseman.
That is awesome. Well, next up, and we get
Monarch.
the Monarchs. So after their rebrand,
Yep, new logo. the Burger King Monarch.
It does kind of have that look, doesn't it?
Yes, but I still love this logo very much. It's really nice.
It's still a fun one.
Yes.
All right, next up is Jonathan Hagen from Montreal. A season 60 player, so should still be around.
Yeah, I think he's still. I don't think
and
he
should still be
recreated.
improving.
Yeah, I don't think he recreated. Maybe he's not. He's actually still in Montreal because he's the GM. That's Camping Killer.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, of course he is.
Yeah, and yeah, he's still on this team. 1,200 TPE. Still earning. I hope.
Right.
I hope for them.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
And Montreal's also a young team. They're not competing just yet, but they're gonna get there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next we've got a gold Alice Smirnoff.
Never heard of that player. Which would
Some
explain
fairly
that he's
old
on
platoon player.
season 22 and
22.
on the West Kendall platoon.
West Kendall.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Then Daedalus James for the Aurora.
A recent player that might still be around.
Could still be there.
I don't know if they're still on that team, however. But yeah, he is. Still on that team as well, but inactive.
Shame.
Yeah, it's always sad.
But not for everybody, and sometimes people are able to come back, and that's always fun too.
Yep.
Alright, and last, we've got Angelo Ojic.
That's actually
a forward
one
for the
of
Steelhawks.
Yeah, one of the big name that when I joined was he was drafted the draft right before me, I think. Yeah, season 35, and went on to play a really long time as well. He's actually, if I remember right, he's Drunken Teddy's brother.
Oh, okay.
That's if I remember right, which I can be wrong. Or he played his brother in the sim, but with a different last name. Not too sure about that.
Alright, time for another pack. We are a third of the way through my packs.
Yeah.
And we're almost an hour in.
Let's be
Something
honest.
tells me we might be doing this for a while.
Well, we're not gonna finish tonight, I'll be honest. So,
nope.
we will see where we go, and after an hour I will stop and we'll see what we do.
Alright. What's the cutoff for length for these podcasts?
An hour per week.
Okay. Well, then we will see what we're at after a couple of packs and maybe call it there.
Yep, maybe one or two max, because we're at 52 minutes.
Alright. Well then, let's open this one quick.
Oh!
Got Ian Eslam.
That's, well, this player didn't play on Quebec, but this is Slim that had Thank You Next on the team.
Oh, so recreated and then became QCC player.
Yes, exactly. Which a good friend of mine. I love him.
Awesome.
I actually made this card as well. We can go to the next. Oh.
Okay, now we get Duckworth again.
Yeah, this one I know this time that we had it.
Alright, third card then. Oliver Hunter, a bronze for the Panthers.
Never saw that guy. No clue who he is.
Season 38.
He was not really into defense, which means he was probably not really good. Because at the time of Simon T's engine, defense was really important for positioning. So this player was probably not good.
Well, that explains a lot then.
Good, yeah.
Alright, and then next we've got Alexander's Balsers. Season 59 player from Minnesota.
Pretty recent, so probably still there on the team as well. Let me go see. Balser, 59, not on the team anymore, so might have gone somewhere else. I don't know how to find him. 59, huh? Um, let me see if I can find him. He's actually inactive right now. Well, no team, so more than likely
No
inactive.
team. Or just waiting for the right contract to appear.
Could be as well. But 600 TP, I'm actually surprised.
Probably waiting for a little while longer
Yeah,
then.
I'm actually surprised it's that high, because 600 TP is not that amazing.
Alright,
we can go
next we've got...
Oh!
Hey, there we go!
A Hall of Fame card! I was not expecting one tonight. Chuck.
You just gotta have faith in the cards.
Yeah, I have actually
Chuck
no clue
Goody.
who's that user. I'll be honest.
Class of 36 for the Manhattan Rage.
Class of 36. Let me go get that. 36. Chuck Goody. So, Goody, username Nike, which I think had recreated recently. Yeah, he's actually back on the league. Was active 8 hours ago. Currently have a player named Nike Kicks Jr. Playing on the Syndicate. So Goody actually played for multiple teams. The Rage, which he has his card for. He played for the Renegades, the Stars, the Blizzard, the Chief, which is the whole Monarch, and Los Angeles. So he have been around
little
for a
bit
while.
everywhere.
Yeah, he played 11 season, played 562 games, and had 393 points. He was a defenseman, which could explain the low pointing, because he also had 1,300 hit and about close to 800 shot block. His resume
That is the kind of thing that will wear you down.
Yeah, which could explain the short season in a way. His resume is a bit, honestly, a bit more lackluster than when we got the Ruby card of. I just have Akbar in head, but it's not. Alonso Garbenzo, sorry. I got it. He has one All-Star, one first All-Star, one third All-Star, Escott Steven, 2 Challenge Cup, which one probably happened when he was on the Rage, because it was 722, and I don't know if they are in order of when he played, but the other one is in season 28. And he got a Ryan Jester, which is Rookie of the Year nominee. He didn't win it though. So that was Chuck Goody.
Definitely the kind of resume that covers a lot of ground and certainly doesn't tell the whole story.
Yeah, it's like it's a kind of resume that actually I'm looking and I'm like, that's not that telling. But you look at the stat and you're like, okay, yeah, that's actually more impressive. And at the time, as much as he looks like he haven't played much for us, we have to remember that at the time the season were way shorter. We had 50 games per season at best. And looking at the odd number, he might have played in a era that had even less game, because 62 game is not an easy number to get.
Yep.
If I look at the index quickly, he has a few 52 game season. So if
interesting.
And since I mentioned earlier that I wasn't sure where he got his second cup, it was with Edmonton.
Well, that makes me like him just that much more.
Yeah, especially since it's your home now.
Still getting to learn all of the Edmonton history, because there is quite a bit of it.
Yeah, it's Edmonton have been here for a long time. really long time. I'm gonna let you open the last one, which...
Last card.
Okay, it's not too bad.
Cynthia Taylor for Toronto.
Yeah, Cynthia was one of the women user at the time when she was around, which is why I'm personally thinking it's a really good card.
Well, and 77 is pretty good too.
Yeah.
For a defenseman, the only thing that sticks out as low is shooting, and
Which
if you're
makes
playing
sense.
a defensive role, you don't need that.
Yeah, which makes sense at the time, especially, like you said, defensive defenseman, which I believe she was. And, like, it's the kind of thing that stats really don't say anything about the story of a user. Because
Exactly.
that's so much, like Cynthia had a great career, if I remember right. Just doesn't show up. I mean,
your defensive defensemen, they fill the role that you can't put on a box score, but every player who's on that team recognizes what they do. Especially both of us are goalies. We love our defensive defensemen. They're a very important part of our own stats. And even going back to like our Hall of Fame card here, you're a defenseman, you play for that many seasons, you get involved, you play maybe a more defensive role, your stats aren't going to look as impressive, but you still get the award nominations, you still get the recognition from your teammates, and you can even end up in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. If you're curious about Taylor, I got the stat from the Bojo box, which of course include the IHF, so it's not only SHL, but she was a hitting machine. It's actually crazy. 780 games. 1,222 hits. Which is more than like
that is
3
impressive.
per game. It's actually
sometimes
really close
you
to
know
3
your
per
job
game.
on the ice, and your job on the ice is to hit people.
That basically what it feels like. Like, even shot block is not that impressive. It's still impressive with 1,085. But like compared to the hits, like it's a big difference.
All right.
And unfortunately, to the listener, if someone actually listened to up to that,
If you made it this far, thank you for being here.
yeah,
We appreciate you.
It's been over an hour already, and I want to quickly recap what we got in those packs, which is how many packs did we open? Not that much.
I think I started out with 21 packs. I've
And
got
we have
13 left, so we opened to 8.
Oh no.
We opened to 8 packs, but we got a Hall of Famer.
We got a Hall of Famer. Okay, so in 8-pack, we had 1 Hall of Famer, 1 diamond, 3 ruby, 6 gold, 15 silver, 22 bronze. In those, there was 4 duplicate, and if I remember right, we got 2 logo. Which
I
is...
think you are correct.
Yeah, so which is not too bad to have. Like, honestly, pulling a Hall of Fame is actually really good.
Yeah, for only 8 packs, I think that's...
I was not expecting
That's
one.
not... Yeah, I didn't have that many good cards in the last, like, what, 10 or 11 that I've opened up until now? So
Yeah.
looking at the collection, yeah, this looks a lot nicer than it did before we got started.
Yeah, for sure. Like, actually, I think your whole starting lineup? No, you're missing a goalie, I believe, in the Ruby and more
So yeah, I got a
category.
defenseman here, forward, another defenseman, another
Forward.
defenseman. Yeah, I've got forwards.
So you
Where's my
basically...
top goalie?
Your first line is basically the starter except the dude. Your top goalie actually seems really low. Where is it?
Where are you, goalies?
Actually, yeah, Vincent Meteor. I think it's the lowest one, the highest one. You can
That is my highest goalie.
yeah, you can make sure by going at the top and filtering by. Oh, can you actually? You cannot filter by position.
All right,
Never
new
mind.
request for the card team if you
Yeah.
guys are listening.
So I'm
Filter
actually
for
gonna write
position
them.
right here.
Yeah. So especially it's something we actually track, so I don't see a reason why we could not filter with that.
Yep, we got team, we got rarity.
Yeah.
Just need position there. Otherwise, how are we possibly going to do SHL Ultimate Team?
Yeah, that's
Which, for the
actually
record,
true.
is a terrible idea.
No, no,
Please no.
we should do that. We should do that and have
You think we
tournaments.
should?
Like,
Is that going
we
to give us TPE and cash just like Fantasy does?
we probably should not do that. All right, so thank you, Ramen, for having been with me about this podcast. Was interesting to do, and I hope that everyone had a good time listening, possibly. And we will probably be back to open more cards because we still have a few.
Because we bought way too many at this rate.
We actually, I had never realized it would take so much time. Because we're talking at the same time. Because I'm looking at all those other pack video and they're like, I'm getting 21 and it should be good for an hour. We open 8 in an hour. So
Well, we should have paid attention to who was posting those and how much they talk compared to how much you and I talk.
Yeah, that's it. So we'll cut. I will see you next time, guys. So see you around.
All right. Thanks for having me.